and welcome to your full moon and weekend messages. Today is Friday, the 18th of March, 2022. Wasn't so easy saying that because I don't usually do them on a Friday, but I was inspired to do them for the weekend, and then I realized it was a full moon as well. It is the full moon in Virgo, the opposite sign of Pisces, and Virgo is bringing us practicalities, and I like that because we are in manifesting March and everything's full steam ahead with our manifestations, which are powerful and amazing. And if you haven't seen the messages for the month of March, I will put a link in the description so you can take a look at those as well. So manifesting March, what are you manifesting? Put a comment below. I'd love to hear. And do your manifestations need a bit of practicality? Okay, a little bit of, organization, a little bit of, grounding perhaps, before we go full steam ahead. So we want that balance, don't we, between running with our inspiration, but making sure that we are grounded and being practical as we put into physicality our divine inspiration, okay, so that we can be as practical as possible in this. Oh, I said that and the first card came out already. In this beautiful month of manifesting March, or in this beautiful year of just fulfilling our dreams and bringing heaven to earth of 2022, which is what it seems to be. If you're watching this video, then you're one of the forerunners, I want to say, one of the way showers, one of the guides for others. I think that's what's happening. You're probably a healer or serving your purpose in some way, whether it be through art or through music, or just doing what you love. You're helping people in some way, and that's also a very Virgo trait. I'm going to say we, because it is my sign. We like to be of service to others. So again, just remembering that we need to balance that with grounding, self-love, receiving, I want to say. That came out, very important one. So let's get on with the cards. Now, I decided for change, shaking up the energy, to use my old favorites, which are the fairy tarot. Sorry, I'm not quite sure where the best light is to show that. These are my old favorites, the fairy tarot. These are the ones I used in the very beginning. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you have a look at some of the early stuff that I did, because it's now coming up for 2 years that I've been enjoying this channel of self-expression, shall we call it? So yeah, and in the beginning I used to use these cards all the time, so I just fancied using them today. So 2 have come out. Do we have anything else, any other messages for this beautiful full moon in Virgo and the weekend ahead? Thank you. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, hang on, maybe not. Oh, brilliant. I think that's it. Actually, funny enough, recently 4 has been the magic number. I always thought 3 was the magic number, but 4 has been the magic number recently. Let's jump straight in, shall we? It's pouring with rain, so I hope that you can't hear what I can hear because it's just making so much noise. Now, the first one is the 10 of winter. I will read what it says, although obviously I'm going to relate it to the traditional tarot. It's the resolution of difficulties, a weight lifted off your shoulders, the end of an addiction or codependency. Now, I'm really glad that I picked this deck now, because the 10 of winter is the 10 of swords. And I was thinking only recently that the 10 of swords is usually interpreted as feeling stabbed in the back, or feeling at rock bottom, feeling back at square one, but actually I'm kind of moving on from that with the 10 of swords and thinking it's something that's done and dusted. That's what I want to say. It's coming up first. which means it's definitely something to do with the past. It's something that's done and dusted. So 10 of Swords, you see, that's why these cards are not negative. People often view some of these cards as negative. No, how can they be? Of course not. If there's something that wasn't serving you, something that's made you feel completely rock bottom, but it's all done and dusted and it's gone, what does that do? That opens the way for new life, new adventures. So the resolution of difficulties, the difficulties done and dusted. It's perfect, isn't it? A weight lifted off your shoulders, or shall we say, swords taken out of your back, because that's the picture in the traditional tarot. Yeah, it's a release. It's a relief and a release from something. That's what I want to say. It's a relief and a release from something. It's the end of an addiction or a codependency. And this has been coming up a lot lately. It was in February's cards for messages for the month. And it's been coming up quite a lot about changing our diet and not resonating with things that we go to for comfort, our comfort foods and our smoking and drinking and all these things. That's been coming up quite a lot, hasn't it, lately? And it says it's the end of an addiction or codependency. So I think you know what that's talking about. It could be a habit, it could be a relationship, you know, or it could be a negative aspect to a relationship that's being released. It could be like a cord, you know, we in the non-physical realm, you know, we sometimes have cords and hooks and energetic ties, however you want to word it, to other people. And it can often be family members, because obviously they are the souls that we have chosen to incarnate with again for the purpose of growing and learning and evolving on our journey. So they're the ones that we're going to have those kind of situations with. And very often, we need to release those negative energetic ties. That doesn't mean, you know, giving up on the relationship. What it means is installing a positive heart-to-heart connection. You know, obviously we want a positive heart-to-heart connection with everybody, right? Our family, our community, everybody. So we can always, when we release those cords, those hooks, those ties, that codependency, or it could be an addiction, whatever it is, we want to install the positive, you know, heart to heart. So that's all positive stuff. So whether you're working on a non-physical spiritual level with your relationships, or whether you're working on giving up some kind of substance or activity or a habit, this is fantastic news, because it means that all the cards that we said before about the need to do it, you're doing it. Fantastic. And hopefully, because you've raised your frequency, hopefully it's not going to be difficult. There might be times, obviously as 2022, see what's going on in the world, there might be times that you start entangling with that density again, and that's going to make you want to go back into those old ways. But you're going to think twice now, aren't you, before you do that? Because the next card is the Sun. I mean, it's just perfect. This is the most positive card in the deck. Horses are positive movement forward. This is like a man here with like a trumpet, so it's a little bit like a messenger, but on the traditional tarot, it's a child, and I always think of it as a rebirth. So this is the new you that comes after releasing those ties, those cords, or that addiction, that codependency, or that habit, whatever it may be for you. Okay, and this is just so joyful, and there's a real harvest going on, because it's like something was just pulling you back. Did you feel like that? It's like something was controlling you rather than you controlling it, if you see what I mean. It was like you were, sometimes you can feel like a slave to your glass of wine in the evening, or your cigarette, or, you know, a relationship, you know, and it's going to shift that energy to the fact that, no, you are the creator. You are in control, and you do it as you choose, okay, for your highest good and from your highest self. Okay, so this is about, it's like pulling back the arrow, you know, the arrow gets pulled back before it gets shot forward. And I see this card as being, you know, something was holding you back just a little bit. You may not have known what it was if it was on a non-physical level, but something just holding you back, maybe just niggling you, something annoying you because you know it was a habit that you wanted to break, you didn't know how, or something like this. And it was just pulling you back. And now you're being released. What did I say? Relief and release. Those words came to me. So it's a relief, not to be a slave to it anymore. Oh my goodness, that is just lovely. And then it's a release as well. And it's like that arrow is being shot forward. It's like a fresher, newer you coming forward. It's a really, really powerful card. Let me just read what it says on here. Plans that work out perfectly, amazing ideas that lead to rewards and commendations, gratitude for the blessings of life. I mean, that's perfect, isn't it? So these are the rewards that are coming from you releasing whatever that habit was. Okay, so I want to say well done. And of course, it's the full moon. When do we release? This is when we're going to release and we let go. And you know what? You don't even have to do it. You just need to set the intention and then just allow, receive, flow, so don't think you have to do anything. Okay, just know that your intention has occurred, that that has been released. Wow, that's a powerful card. Our next one is the King of Spring, and he's the King of Wands. He's the King of Wands, and he's saying a financial windfall. Your leadership skills are needed now, an unexpected supporter of your cause. Something is pushing you forward now. He's the manifester. Wands are fire, remember. The transformation in you that is coming, because basically you've cleansed your energy on some level. It could be physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, whatever. On some soul level, you have cleansed your energy. That's what it's all about. That's why the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Winter, done and dusted, done and gone. That's a part of you that you didn't need anymore in the new earth. Oh my gosh. So this is really allowing you to create from a really passionate, because it's Wands, a passionate place. And of course it's spring, because we're coming into spring right now. And what did I just say about the arrows springing forward? Oh, wow. I'm glad I used these cards now, because they're really making me excited. So the King of Spring, he's reminding you that follow your inspiration, and that, I mean, he's very wise and he's very passionate, and he manifests because he's Wands. He transforms from the non-physical, all those affirmations, that gratitude, all those intentions, all those non-physical thoughts and beliefs, that belief and that trust in yourself. That's going to be manifested in the physical, and that's what the Wands are. That's what this King of Spring is all about. It's bringing that into physicality. You've also got the Princess of Spring, and of course she is equivalent to the Page of Wands. And it says, it's time to go after your dreams. Do something that expands your horizons. Let your creativity take flight. Optimistic, enthusiastic, creative, and energetic. Feel inspired. This is the way forward. She's coming up as the last card now today, because this is what's taking us forward. Pages in traditional tarot are opportunities. So we have opportunities to do something new, to do something creative, something that we're enthusiastic about, something that we can really put our energy into, our heart and soul into. So that's beautiful. Do something that expands you. I'm always talking about expansion and contraction. We were talking about that last week. Do something that expands you, that lights you up, that excites you. Remember what Abraham Hicks says: if you're not excited, you're not on the right path. And it's time to go after your dreams, because that's where your dreams lie. You've got rid of this, whatever it was. You're stepping into all this positivity, and hopefully the sun will be coming out. Those of us in Spain haven't seen a lot of that lately. But there's something new to be created. You are the creator, and this is telling us that there's more opportunities for us to create with enthusiasm, with passion, and with our faith and our inner knowing that we're going in the right direction. Just our understanding that when we follow our excitement like that, we are creating the path that our soul wanted us to create. Oh my goodness, that is the path that we want to be on. That is where all the goodness is. That's where the love, the joy, the peace is. And that's where heaven on earth is. It's a level of consciousness. And that's how you access it. That's how you tap into it, by following your enthusiasm and your creativity. And we are going to have new opportunities to do that. So don't forget that you are the creator. You're creating it all. It's glorious. It's a new you, a fresher you, I want to say, because we have had a relief and a release that we have needed, and it's probably been a long time coming. So brilliant. Wow, I love those cards. What a magical release time for this full moon. So happy full moon in Virgo, my sign. Bring in some practicalities and enjoy the creativity, and have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Lots of love to you all. Bye for now.